This is a priority transmission from the Office of Student Wellness and Behavioral Monitoring. All school faculty, staff, and registered guardians are advised to listen carefully and in full. This message pertains to a series of increasingly serious incidents occurring within our student population during regular sleep hours. While the phenomenon is still under investigation, the following advisory has been issued in the interest of safety and public stability. At approximately 4:12 a.m. yesterday morning, a sophomore student at Eastridge High School was discovered standing in the center of his backyard, barefoot and unresponsive, while temperatures remained below freezing. His skin was blue. His eyes were open. When approached, he did not speak. He only whispered a single phrase. "I'm not the one who woke up." This was the fifth such case in 4 days. Reports describe the same sequence of events. The child goes to bed normally, sometimes after complaining of unusually vivid dreams, ones that involve mirrors without reflections, doorways that lead to familiar but slightly altered homes, and voices speaking with the wrong mouth. In the early hours of morning, they are found awake in odd places, garages, closets, bathtubs filled with dry leaves. But they always say the same thing: "I'm not supposed to be awake. The real me is still asleep." At first, this was dismissed as confusion, stress, possible psychosis. But the behavior has become more structured, more aware. The students who say these words now show signs of knowing things they should not. They recognize events that haven't happened yet. They describe memories that belong to people they've never met. They insist that they are only temporary, that they're placeholders, and the real version of themselves is still dreaming in their original body, somewhere behind the skin. One girl, aged 12, calmly told her mother that the real version of herself made the mistake of waking up wrong, and that she had been reassigned to this shell until the error could be reversed. When pressed, she opened her mouth and bit into her own arm, exposing teeth that were no longer human in shape or number. One boy, a twin, no longer blinks at the same time as his brother. When asked to draw a picture of his family, he left his own space blank. When his teacher pointed it out, he stared at her and said, "I can't draw myself if I'm not here." His handwriting has changed. He now signs his name as the second one. Authorities attempted sleep studies. They placed cameras in bedrooms. The footage is corrupted every time between the hours of 3:31 and 3:46 a.m. Only one thing is ever clearly visible. Before the screen cuts to black, the child's sleeping body twitches once, exhales sharply, and then opens its eyes. But it does not move. Instead, a second figure, identical in appearance, enters the frame from a place that should not physically connect. It may be a closet, a mirror, a shadow. It always walks in from somewhere unnatural. This figure smiles. It looks down at the sleeping version, then turns toward the camera, aware. It is the version that wakes up. Families report that after this point, their child seems mostly the same, but not entirely. They are quieter, more calculating. Their faces twitch slightly when smiling. They hesitate before saying their own names. One father reported that his daughter began calling him father instead of dad. When he corrected her, she blinked once, slowly, and said, "That's what the real one called you." As of now, we have confirmed 17 cases of successful replacement. If your child speaks in sleep, do not wake them. If your sibling says they feel disconnected, do not touch them. And if anyone tells you you are still dreaming, do not listen, because they may be right. And if you become aware, if you begin to notice flickering in your reflection, or if your breath starts misting in a warm room, or if your body feels heavier than usual when you wake up, do not look in the mirror. Because if you see something in there that isn't moving when you are, that means you're the one still asleep, and something else already woke up in your place.